Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel, to the game of life, to exploring potential on the spiritual path of remembering who you are. Before I get started on today's post, I just want to invite you to, and this is for anybody who is interested in exploring the alchemy of stress and that healing potential of working with energy and consciousness and learning to alchemize the stress that we carry as a memory, a cellular memory in the body. And I've put the details in the description box. Okay. So today what I wanted to talk about was life force and how that is the source of our creativity. And when it is liberated, it is expressed joyfully, unreservedly, and is that authentic expression of who you are. I can feel it right now. It feels good. And yeah, it's interesting, and it's very much related to the creation of this channel. For anybody who's interested in exploring more of your own potential, your own authenticity, and what that means in terms of how you express yourself, what it is you engage in, what fulfills you, what brings you joy. What I've really found myself working on is the second chakra, the sacral chakra. Without fully understanding it at this moment, because it's something that's been revealed progressively, but I can feel it and I trust what I feel. There is something that is very anchored in the sacral energy center that is the seat of our creative life force, our creativity, and what that is in its unique expression. And it's really working, and this is where we come back to working energetically or working with consciousness, as we set that intention to discover more of who each of us is in our authentic expression and how we show up creatively. And when we're looking at the second energy center, the sacral energy center, this really is our creativity. In a very physical sense, of course, but in terms of energy, it is that what I'm feeling, the life force. And as we work energetically and liberate this space, flow of energy that can come through that space as we're fully anchored into our presence as people, as humans, but with that awareness that we are spiritual beings, energetic beings, consciousness. And it's allowing for that free flow. There is a liberation of self, a very conscious liberation, a choice, an intention, a showing up, an exploration. But there's also a healing that can happen, which I've been aware of. What seems to be coming up is themes of guilt and shame, and how we repress our natural creativity, our natural expression as human beings. And that guilt and shame and that repression, and it can be in a sensual energy, it can be in the creative energy, but essentially it's in that unique expression of who you are and discovering more and more of that, because that repression or suppression of energy happens at a very early age, often or not. And so it's by tuning into that energy center. And again, the body's going to show you in that feeling, in the triggers, just by showing up with curiosity. And my experience is that you don't need to look for these things. You don't need to dig around, It's not about trying to find what it is that's blocking you. It's more as you set the intention and you're there to explore your potential and your authentic expression and what that means in terms of joyful creation and fulfillment, happiness, success, your own personal definition of what this is. and there is your soul blueprint. You know, you're following that inner sat nav, your inner guidance, your inner intuition. You will be shown what needs to be brought into awareness, and it's the showing up and the curiosity and the alignment moment by moment, you know. And this is very much, I feel, the process of manifestation. It's holding a vision. It's choosing to follow a calling or a curiosity for exploring more of who you are. And as you hold that intention, anything that is not in alignment or isn't resonant with this intention will come up, and perhaps will continue to block you until you are able to bring it into awareness, to awaken it into consciousness, to awaken that part of you into consciousness and bring yourself back into that whole expression. Whole, I don't know what whole is, because there's always more, it seems, to explore. There's always unlimited potential, and perhaps we're just scratching the surface. But anyway, I thought I'd share that with you. I'd love to hear about your own experience and any aspect of your healing journey, your spiritual path, your insights, your thoughts. I look forward to reading them, as always, in the comments. And as always, feel free to like and share and subscribe. And if you're interested in the Alchemy of Stress, check out my new channel. But that's where I'll be focusing specifically on my passion, my calling to heal stress, transform with alchemy. Okay. And as always, I look forward to seeing you in the next post.